Hey everyone, I'm Tony Chris and welcome back for day 5 of our 7-day drawing challenge. I got the idea for today's video from FDZ School's YouTube channel. About 5 years ago they did a video on just draw and gave a bunch of techniques and subject matter to start drawing again, and I always found that really useful. I'll leave a link in the description to his video if you'd like to know more. So today we're going to draw some gnarly roots from a mangrove tree and some rock formations. There's a link to the photos in the description so you can follow along. Both subject matter are very forgiving. You can't mess up because it's still going to look like a rock. It's still going to look like a gnarled root. We can get it 50% right and it'll still look like the thing. We don't have to focus on perfection. We're just going to have fun and draw. So let's get started. I've got Clip Studio Paint open. I've got the lighter pencil set to these numbers. 47 on the density and 7 on the stabilization. We're going to start with this mangrove tree. I'll make a new layer and let's get started. We're going to focus on this area here. Make this a little bigger. We're going to focus on this area here. I'm not going to worry about every detail. All right, we'll put some marks here, but this is the focus area right here, so we don't overwhelm ourselves with all the little nooks and crannies and things. Okay, so black. I'm going to say 12 on the brush size, and let's get started. So this is like a triangle shape. I'm going to try to indicate my shadows with shapes. Again, not worrying about perfection. I'm going to work from right to left and try to get everything in here to the best of my ability in 10 minutes. I'm looking at trying to get the shape correct. If I can, proportion. It's not going to be perfect. Not our mission. We're just going to have fun and draw. There are a lot of ways you could start this out. I'm going, like I said, left to right, but you could do the contour and then work your way in if you want. Get that root, add some wrapping lines to describe the form. Use these hatching marks to indicate shadow. I'm just trying to use wrapping lines to indicate the cylindrical form of this part of the root. And try to follow the form. Just take it one little step at a time. I'm going to remove some things. I'm not going to put these plants and these branches that are growing in the middle. I'm going to leave that out. Wrapping around this root. Trying to get the rest of the shapes in. Putting in our shadow pockets. This is really great practice for studying form and cylindrical shapes and really adding to our visual library. So I'm trying to get my positioning as close as I can, so that top of this shadow right about there. Again, perfection is not our goal. We just want to have fun drawing. You can already see that I'm off on several areas, but not important. Perfect is not important right now. It still looks like a root. Still looks like part of a tree. Just do the best you can, and the more you do this, the better you're going to get. Do this for a week, do 10, 20 different studies of roots or rocks, and you're going to see a big improvement. More wrapping lines around the tree. Continue to describe that form. Show some texture on the bark with the hatching lines and dots. Just do the best you can. Let's shade this in here. So if you get overwhelmed at any time, just focus on the little section that you're working on. Don't worry about the whole drawing overall. Just one step at a time. Work on that section, work on this little piece, move on to the next one. You'll get it done. Got a little pocket there. Our shadow shape. Another little piece that goes off this way. And I'm missing a few things in here. That's okay. I'm kind of taking some creative liberties with this because I got my positioning off. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. That's the whole point. You can omit a bunch of stuff, and that's fine. The point is you're drawing. You get it 50% of the way there, and you'll still recognize it as the roots. It'll still look like trees. So you're fine. Trying to add some indication of texture around this curve of the root. Just add some hatch lines for the shadow underneath. Add our shadow shape in here. Put some hatching lines in. So contour shadow lines. Following the form. Add some texture to the top of the tree here. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go any further. I'll put a couple of these little sticks in here. But I'm not going to worry about all this. I'll put a couple of indications that there's sticks here. More wrapping lines. Make this all shadow. And I'm kind of stylizing this a little bit. I'm not really following the contour and the shadow of the curve, but that's okay. Okay, let's add some more details here and there. Try to finish this one up. It's definitely not perfect, but not bad for a study. So we've been drawing almost 10 minutes now. Now I'm just going to add in some more shading using line. Come back over what I just did. Try to add some more wrapping lines to indicate the form. Yeah, so that's the basic idea. Try to take 10 minutes, 20 minutes on each one. But 10 minutes is good. 10 minutes is good to get started here. 10 minutes is great to get started. Now, does it look like it? Yeah, it looks close. Just double it up here so it's a little darker. It's not perfect, but it's good practice. Okay, let's do the next one. We're going to do these rock formations. I'm going to shrink this down. And put it up in the corner here. Again, you can download this. There's a link in the description to the photo download. All right, here we go. I'm going to make a frame this time. In Clip Studio, you can make a mark and hold down Shift drag and touch the canvas again, and you'll make a straight line. So make a dot, hold down Shift drag, and you've got a frame. Again, dot for your starting point, hit Shift, drag, and you got a straight line. This isn't exactly perfectly shaped, but that's okay. So, okay, let's get started on this. Let's go with the negative shape first. It's okay to erase. If you want to erase, erase. This shot's kind of a worm's eye view, ground shot view. I'm putting in the ground plane, working on the most background rock formation. My proportion and my positioning are getting skewed a bit. It's okay. Draw in our shadow shape. This little crack in the rock is our darkest value in the drawing. Try to capture some of the contours of the rocks. This one has a lot going on. There's a lot of cool texture to these rocks. Some nice wrapping lines too. I use a lighter line weight as we get further away. I'll emphasize the rocks that are closest to us. Let's finish this off here. I can see already I'm making this rock formation way too big, but I'm not going to worry about fixing it. It's not going to be perfect. It's not that kind of drawing. I ran out of space, but it's okay. I'm going to do the best I can with the last little bit of canvas I have left. This is a shadow area. This first piece here, let's try to add some detail here. The form of the rock. And I'm jumping around. It's a habit it's a bad habit that I need to maybe work on a little bit and focus on one area at a time, but it's okay. If you find that you're doing something repeatedly that's not helping you, write that down. You can then focus on that and you'll get better a lot faster. Again, the closest rocks will be darker outlined to suggest distance. Alright, I'm going to work from the back to front here. Some kind of reasoning here. Let's add some details on some of these background rocks. Shadow shapes. This is all in shadow. We'll just hatch that up. Add a couple wrapping lines here. And, go ahead and zoom into your picture. I have it off to the side in PureRef as well. We can zoom in a little bit here. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit in our drawing. I made that a little dark. There's a lot of little pockets in here that are really cool. And this is just great practice for you. It's fairly relaxing. Because you don't have to get it perfect. It's okay. I'm not focusing on getting everything perfect. I'm really not. You can see it's not. A lot of things are wrong. I'm missing things. But I'm drawing. That's what I wanted to do. Get some drawing time in. Add some more detail on the rocks closest to us. I was zoomed in too close and I messed up and made the same thing twice. So a good example of no big deal, it's fine. It's okay to make mistakes. It's not a big deal. We're drawing. I wanted to practice today. We're putting our time in and practicing. Add our shadows in. I'm not going to worry about the clouds in this one. That's not my focus. Get these shadow pockets in here. Yeah, and you know, we could keep going, but mission accomplished. We did some drawing. Is it an exact copy? Not at all. Is it kind of cool? Yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. Is it a 50% reproduction? Yeah, it's close. It's within my guidelines. But the point was just to get drawing. We got some practice in. We had some fun. We did a study of some rocks. Let me make a few more marks on here real quick. Here, yeah, I can't leave it alone. And yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we did it. We did a good study. We did 2 good studies, and I think it was a success. You guys did it. Good job again. Before I let you go, I just want to talk for a minute about self-critique. It's okay to say that I don't like this or this is not good. But make sure you identify why it's not good. And don't beat yourself up and not give yourself a reason why, what you can improve on. It does you no good to say, "Oh, this is shit, I'm crap." I joke and I say, "Yeah, let's get our shitty drawings out. Let's make crappy drawings." But I do that lightheartedly. I don't mean that you're making crap. You're doing something, you're trying. That's the thing. You're trying, but identify how you can improve. If you don't like how something looks, see what you can do to change it. See what you can do to make it better. Are you rushing? Are your shapes off? Is your proportion off? Find actionable things you can work on. Keep a notebook. Write it down. When you identify things you need to work on, write that down so you remember that's something I need to work on. But yeah, self-critique can be so powerful. It can really help you advance a lot faster. So yeah, that's it. 2 quick studies. Thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out with me. I hope you drew along. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something. That's day 5 coming to an end. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for day 6. 2 days left. Thanks, guys.